Hi, everybody. What a beautiful Wednesday in the neighborhood, which also falls on the 27th day of March, April. I mean, knocking on the door. So is the return to not so warm temperatures, even though we're going to hit the mid 70s likely between now and a cold spell and a wet half to your weekend. An updated forecast that comes in just a few moments will also tell us that frost is possible in some sheltered areas today, or tonight, obviously, and tomorrow morning. There is also a slight chance of some thunderstorms this Saturday afternoon. We are still under forest fire hazard season. Went into effect February the 15th. It will be there for a while. There will be an increased risk of wildfires tomorrow due to some dry air and gusty winds as well. I'll remind you more about that in just a few moments. Headlines tonight will include more on a drug arrest in Sagersville. More, as I've just only alluded to it briefly, on a local fireman who basically is credited with notifying a Floyd County department and saving a Floyd County structure from fire as he was traveling on 114. I gotta tell you, some good news, some reassuring news, not just for this parent, but for many out there as well. And the return from Hazard today from 4 of our elected officials, and we'll share their thoughts on what they were doing there in just a few moments. We do have one segue into that report, even though I'm not going there just as of yet. The Regional Water Management Council, this coming from the Big Sandy Area Development District, they say met today and they elected a new chairman. Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman will chair, and Judge Executive Ray Jones will vice chair the Regional Water Management Council. The committee went on to discuss new and changing water and wastewater issues at each facility, and we'll be able to follow that now, of course, and keep you up to date on their findings and discussions. We're going to jump straight to our headlines tonight. The first about a drug-related arrest that has taken place. We knew earlier this week of the initial search and execution of a search warrant. I did try unsuccessfully on several occasions today to get a statement from the Sagersville Police Department, but I do know that an arrest citation that I have in hand shows that they, along with assistance from a deputy with the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, arrested a Sagersville woman last evening. They had initially only shared on social media and with us that they had executed a search warrant at a Dixie residence last Friday evening on Kentucky Street. They had shared a picture of a large quantity of pills, marijuana, and paraphernalia, and now an arrest citation details the arrest of that woman last night. Arrest citations, however, which were signed by Officer Tracy Sager with the Sagersville Police Department, who was off duty today, indicate that the Sagersville Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence of Kathy Puckett on Kentucky Street and Dixie Avenue after they obtained a statement or evidence from an individual who had reportedly obtained marijuana after purchasing it from Puckett, saying that he had actually bought the pot with money and a Suboxone pill together and had seen a large amount of marijuana and pills at her residence in doing so. Sager's citation says that after they went to the residence and made entry, they found about 2.37 ounces of marijuana in a cabinet under the sink. Hidden in a sofa, they found some 6 pill bottles, all with different names on them, prescribed to different individuals, with one bottle containing 1 Suboxone, 1 diazepam, 1 gabapentin, and 1 hydrocodone, as well as another bottle that had a quantity of marijuana in it and a variety of drug paraphernalia, including rolling papers, scales, baggies, several pipes, and other items. Of all the bottles of pills that were discovered, several were for non-narcotic but prescription medication that could be used to treat a variety of different ailments. There was a quantity of melatonin. There was pills for muscle relaxation, stomach issues, anxiety, nausea, and more. But there were also 2 pill bottles outlined in the citation that had been prescribed to Puckett. One filled 2 days prior with originally 90 units of gabapentin, which only had 49.5 left. Another bottle prescribed 2 days before with 120 doses of hydrocodone and only 80 left. In all, Puckett was charged with 44 separate counts, 14 counts of trafficking in alleged drugs, 17 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia, 6 counts of possession of marijuana, 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance in the third, as well as possession of a controlled substance in the first, and trafficking in marijuana and trafficking in a controlled substance in the first, second, and third degrees. And a subsequent citation, which was also penned by Officer Salyer, indicates that when they went back to arrest Puckett after not initially taking her into custody on Friday night, but last night, when she was asked if she had anything on her possession, she turned over a Tylenol 3 that was in her pocket. With Salyer also noting, however, that after she was placed in the back of his cruiser and then removed from it and taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, he later found a cellophane wrapper with 3 clonazepam in it, and she was subsequently charged with another count of possession of a controlled substance in the third degree. Next, a Magoffin County firefighter who is actually an active member of the Sagersville Fire Department, the Middle Fork Fire Department, and the Bloomington Volunteer Fire Department as well, saved, I do believe, a Floyd County home from being destroyed by fire Sunday over the course of the weekend as he was traveling on 114 and saw smoke coming from the roof of this mobile home. Corey Thomas tells me that he immediately got on his radio and notified the Middle Creek Fire Department and then made entry to the residence after neighbors thought that someone might be inside.
And upon me getting on my vehicle, walking up to the residence, I had a couple of neighbors come out saying that they think she was possibly still home. So at that time, I went in, made forcible entry, did a rapid search of the residence, and luckily there was nobody home at the time. So I exited back out of the residence, walked around to the front side of the house, and pinpointed exactly where the fire was. It was in the back bedroom, left corner of the trailer, and there was a garden hose sitting right there next to it. So I then began forcible entry, make an entry hole into the side of the residence, and now started extinguishing the fire with the water hose until emergency personnel arrived. Once Middle Creek got on scene, I assisted them getting the crosslays off the truck and went ahead and assisted them getting the fire put completely out.
Thomas tells me that armed with that water hose and with the quick arrival as well as the Middle Creek Fire Department, that they were able to keep the fire down to a relative minimum.
Yeah, I got it knocked down pretty good, not all the way, but it was I got it contained to the back bedroom. It didn't really spread too much more. It might have went into the laundry room area right outside of the bedroom door, but just the rest of the house is mainly just smoke damage.
We appreciate Corey's time, and we appreciate if you'll let these folks know you're watching every chance you get, and I'll be right back. Oh my, you really have to stop and check out just some of the specials this week at your Sagersville Save-A-Lot, like boneless chuck roast, $3.99 a pound, New York strip steaks, fresh, $4.49 a pound. All your favorite Little Debbie cakes, 2 for $3. And get two 3-pound bags of Red Gold, Gala, or Fuji apples for $4. That's 6 pounds. Milk's favorite cookies on sale, just $2.99 this week. And big bonus jars of Kraft mayonnaise, 36 ounces, just $2.89. Sale prices good through closing time Tuesday at your Sagersville Save-A-Lot, where you can shop other incredible in-store specials every week with no gimmicks, just low prices. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. It's tax time, and that means it's time to cut prices at Gateway Motors. Check out this gorgeous 2013 F-150 Crew Cab. Books for over $17,000. Their price $14,900. This 09 one-ton E350 van has got only 119,000 miles on it. They've got it priced at $7,900. It books for over $10,000. Come make them an offer. This 09 Chrysler 300's got leather, nav, heated seats, and more. $4,900. And this 06 Ford Explorer is in great shape. Only 84,000 miles, new tires and more, while they last at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. Ultra low carb and ultra tasty doesn't come together very often, but it has at your Sagersville Lee's with our new low carb plate. With tender all white breast strips oven roasted in our famous spices, our famous green beans, and our new ham seasoned cooked cabbage. And for a limited time, get $2 off with a coupon in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. That's right, save $2 and eat just about as many carbs at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Colorectal cancer is the number 2 leading cancer death in the U.S., with 90% of new cases in people 50 or older. And while people with family histories have 2 to 3 times greater probability of getting colorectal cancer, 80% of the new cases are in people without a family history. And Hope Family Medical Center wants to remind you that they're here with simple, easy, at-home fit testing so you can get the reassurance you need if you're over 50 or have a family history of colorectal cancer or just want to be sure. It's another way that Hope Family Medical Center wants you to be healthy. Call or come in today. A follow-up on a follow-up, so to speak. As I told you some weeks ago, a group of Eastern Kentucky superintendents, a large group, and the Kentucky Valley Education Cooperative, KVEC, presented a call to action. It was a position paper to our state's legislators outlining the challenges of the region and identifying opportunities to leverage education to revitalize economies in Eastern Kentucky. Well, that was on Tuesday, February the 12th. They and about 400 students from around the region showcased classroom innovations at the state capitol. Well, more than, or right at 24 superintendents, they presented their own research paper outlining their obstacles and asking for lawmakers to support changes that would positively influence the rural communities in Eastern Kentucky, saying that they were doing more with less, but they were deserving of more. Well, that was the initial presentation to our legislators. Today, KVEC again set aside a time in Hazard as a follow-up, a continuation from that initial presentation at our state's capitol. And Superintendent of Magoffin County Schools, Scott Helton, invited Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman, State Representative John Blanton, and Mayor Pete Shepard to go along. They came back and returned today at City Hall, where I found what they had to say about today's event and the continuation of the effort.
It's a starting point to break down some barriers and some of the challenges that we face in Eastern Kentucky. And first and foremost for us, we've all got to be on the same page because we don't have a lot of resources to pull from. So it's crucial and vital that we share information, ideas, in any way we can help each other. To me, we need to do that because what's good for Magoffin County will end up being beneficial for the school system or the county government, the city, or John's interest as well.
Now, turning to our Judge Executive, Matt Wireman, he says that there was a lot of data and information that came out of that initial report, and a lot of that does reaffirm and reflect a lot of things that they already knew were issues for counties like Magoffin.
We know we live in a distressed area. We know we live in a poor area. We know we have population declining. But what we got to come up with is the solutions to those things that businesses and economic growth will depend on. Businesses are going to look at the region. If they look purely at data and statistics, we may not shine like we should or need to. We've got to, as leaders on the governmental side, we've got to take down the city limits signs, the county lines, and all these barriers that we have, where we may have in the past had divisions or turf wars or whatever you want to call it amongst the governmental entities, and come together as one for a common cause here in Magoffin County. And this also has to be done in our region because our entire region falls under the same data, same statistics. And if we can pull Eastern Kentucky together, that helps Magoffin County. Magoffin County and Sayersville working together helps Magoffin County. Magoffin County City and School District all working together, that can do nothing but help Magoffin County. And that's one of the things that we've been working toward. And hopefully the things that happen today with all the various counties and various governmental entities, and there were some volunteer groups there, we can come together as a region and start seeing some economic growth. It's going to be long and hard, but it can be done. But it's like anything, we got to have intentional focus on it for this to happen.
My question to Representative John Blanton was that now knowing and identifying those obstacles that we have, can they ever be solved?
Absolutely, and I think the consensus today is, as Matt said, dealt with breaking down these invisible barriers, working together as a region, city and counties, school systems, amongst the counties working together. It's okay to compete on the basketball courts, on the baseball fields, or football fields, but beyond that, we ought to be working together as a region. We have to break down the old stereotypes and the mindsets of what is in this for me, and we have to work together for the betterment of our community. You know, we know what the data says, and you've touched on that data. So it's left up to us how we see that. We can look at that from a negative standpoint, or we can look at that and say, okay, we know what issues are going on. We know what we did over the past several decades, and what we've been doing isn't working. It's time to think outside the box. It's time to try new ideas to begin to bring our region forward. We're part of the Appalachian Regional Commission, ARC it's known as, and since its inception back in the 70s, it was made up of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, all the way down into Alabama, part of the Appalachian region. And all of those counties in that area was labeled as distressed. And over 90% of the counties that was labeled in that original ARC are no longer considered in distress, except for those counties in eastern Kentucky. And so we have to have a cultural mindset, begin working together collectively, and have a positive outlook. You know, I'm a believer that if we think negatively, we'll get negative results. But if we keep a positive mindset, we work together for the betterment of our community, then that's what we'll see. And that's what we've seen today in this meeting, was a group of people coming together with a positive mindset, wanting what is best for this entire region.
And everyone was in agreement with Mayor Pete Shepard, saying that working not just together as elected officials, but as an area with a common goal is certainly key.
My thoughts today was it's great getting to ride over there with these three guys. We all got in the same car, we drove, we talked. I got to talk to John about the retirement system, about what he was going to do with it when he went to legislation tomorrow with it. Got to talk to Scott about some of the things the city wanted to do at the school, and me and Matthew are working well together with the county, and it was just great to sit down and talk with these three guys, not making that what we did learn was great, but if you get your officials together like we did today and talk on the way over there and on the way back, and one of the things we really talked about was bringing everybody together and the fractional politics and all the stuff that we got to start here first, I think, and then we'll graduate out. But if we can get McGoffin County and Sayersville, the people working together and not worried about who's on this political side or who's on that political side, if we start here first, then all this stuff will come together with all this, the regional stuff, and I think we're on the right track. I enjoyed riding over there with them and enjoyed the presentation, but I think it starts here at home first, and with these three guys working with the city, we're going to do great things, I think, the next 4 years. And like I say, with the health department too, I got to talk to John about some of the issues with that, and it's just good to have an ear to people that matter with the county and city. And I really appreciate Scott invited me, and like I say, riding over with these three guys, they're my friends anyway and buddies, but we got to talk about politics and friends and stories and stuff. But it's good to sit down and do that, because that means I can pick up the phone anytime I want to and call any of these guys, and they'll come to me, or they can do vice versa. And that's what it's going to take for us all to get together, join together, and make Sayersville and McGoffin County great, and the region. And we are important for the region, and people know that outside this county. They know that McGoffin County and Sayersville is an important part of the economic and tourism and all the other stuff that's going to be coming to this area. We are important for that to be successful.
Those four elected officials had already committed to publicly here on the program continue to work with each other, but not just work with each other, but stay in contact with each other about the ongoing issues. And each time they do, we will, of course, be sure and glad to pass that along to you. I'll be right back with more of your news today after this. Some good news for a lot of college parents out there, and then our calendar and weather forecast. It's a new day of deals every day at Parkway Gun & Pawn, with an always new selection of like-new musical instruments, power and hand tools, not to mention jewelry, games, guns, and ammo, and popular hard-to-find electronics, from Guitar Hero to amps to a pro-quality karaoke machine just in. It's all here today, gone tomorrow for pennies on the dollar at Parkway Gun & Pawn.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you. Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Spring's here, well, at the seasonal shop with new arrivals in every department like women's mud pie and Charlie Page clothes, the perfect addition to your wardrobe. And Simply Southern is simply fully stocked, and they've got a lot of new items, new short sleeve tees, key rings, planners, caps, wallets, purses, and more. And speaking of more, Mary Square is at the shop. This beautiful line makes a perfect gift or a great way to brighten your day, featuring everything from Bible covers to notebooks to lanyards, badge holders, bottles, cups, and ID holders. And their home decor section is absolutely filled wall to wall with new arrivals, all to make your house the home you want it to be. All at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not. It's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not. Get ready.
Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. The flu and flu-like illnesses are widespread in Kentucky, and they're not going away anytime soon. So odds are, if you aren't or haven't been sick, you likely will be. And Parkway Pharmacy has exactly what we all need to fight it and any other cold or illness. From immune boosters for adults and children as young as 2 to all-natural homeopathics made right here in the United States of America. They can help prevent you from getting sick or get you fast relief if you already are. With great tasting and easy-taking gummies, powdered mixes, rapid-melting fruity tablets, and syrups at Parkway Pharmacy. For all parents out there like myself who, well, for myself, I have a student at Morehead State University and now know that I have another going there. So to hear this, well, makes me rest a little bit easier. And I'm not surprised, to be honest. I've been on the campus here as of late, and I've seen the safety measures and procedures they have in place, but it's still good to know. In fact, these pictures snapped along Lacey's way to class earlier today. Morehead State says the university is consistently ranked as one of the safest campuses, not just in Kentucky, but in the nation. And Morehead is considered to be one of the safest cities as well. There's an organization called SafeWise. It's a security company that creates home security products and provides resources for car, home, family safety, and they recently released their annual report of the safest cities and named Morehead to its list of the 20 safest cities in the Commonwealth of Kentucky for 2019. And of course, Morehead is home to Morehead State University, which was recently ranked 18th last year, 18th in the safest college campuses in the entire United States. That list compiled by the National Council for Home Safety and Security. The university is dedicated, it says, to the safety of its students, which I can attest to. The Morehead State University Police Department is available 24 hours a day. They offer additional security. They have a live safe app where you can track your student on your phone. They have Eagle alerts, safety and weather notifications by text and by message and email for students. And there are many different ways to reach emergency personnel all along campus, and many cameras as well, protecting them along their route to and from class. And all this, yes, again, is very good to hear. Next, tonight's community calendar, a brief one at that. In fact, just a reminder for our community calendar. If you've got an announcement or birthday or an anniversary and you want it here, which is the best place to have it so everyone will know what's going on, either through Facebook, through the email address on your screen, dropping it in the mail, dropping it off here at the Your News Today, Sagersville Independent Studios and offices. However you can get it to me, I'll get it on and tell everyone else about it. We do, however, have one announcement tonight in local obituary listings. The service brought to you nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Tonight's listing a reminder of services to be held for 81-year-old Elb Gamble. That's Edward Earl Gamble of Gamble Branch Road, who passed away day before yesterday, survived by his wife Myrtle Fay and sons Donald and Danny Gamble and daughters Loretta Lewis, Debbie Gamble, and Melissa Gamble. Visitation continues tonight. It's all day tomorrow, and services start Friday at 1, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Now on to your Licking Valley RECC forecast and outlook, where, of course, temperatures are going to change. And tonight will fall to 31 tonight, just below freezing. Clear skies and calm winds. That will translate into a little patchy frost in the morning up until about 9 a.m. And then we'll see temperatures soar. There's a beautiful Thursday ahead. 74 sunny degrees, partly cloudy tomorrow night. Nighttime lows nice and neat in the 47-degree range. Temperatures aren't going to hold quite as strong on your Friday, and neither is the sun. That kind of goes hand in hand, right? Mostly cloudy skies, a high of 69 on your Friday, a calm wind becoming southwest, maybe 6 miles per hour or so in the afternoon, but just mostly cloudy across the board, but definitely warm. So if you get a sunburn from tomorrow, you'll be able to recover nicely on your Friday. As for your weekend, 69 for your Saturday, and that's the end of the downhill slide. We'll go from the sun Thursday, the clouds Friday, to the showers on your Saturday. We'll start off the early part of the weekend with about a 40% chance of showers in the morning. We're going to see a likelihood of full-blown 90 to 100% chance of showers. Maybe some thunderstorms Saturday night. Temperatures, again, 69 for your high. Nighttime lows will be much different at around 36 degrees for Saturday. The good news is it's short-lived. Well, half of your weekend might not be short-lived, but Sunday, maybe only about a 30% chance of some lingering showers up until about 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Then otherwise, the sun makes a return. Temperatures are not going to be in the upper 60s or 70s, more like 47 degrees, nighttime lows right around 28, but clear and sunny nonetheless for the latter half of your weekend. And then we're on to the 50s for Monday, with sunshine and a low of 32, partly cloudy that night. A little patchy frost Monday night carrying over to your Tuesday morning. Tuesday's high right around 57. Nighttime lows just above freezing at 35. Wednesday of next week, maybe a bit of an increase and carrying on with the sunshine, 60 and mostly sunny. And lastly, and certainly not least, I do not have the time. I just don't have the time to tell you everything that's in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. We were hard-pressed and even had to pull a few stories and save them for next week because we simply did not have room. And a lot of these reports that Heather has pinned for tomorrow's edition go on and above what I've had time to report here on the show this week. But more on House Bill 358, how it may affect and be the demise of local health departments like ours here in Magoffin County. The Royalton Trail Town meeting, which was held earlier this week to showcase the project that's about or getting closer to being underway there, the $2 million project. Heather was there. She has a report in the paper tomorrow. The Magoffin County High School did a wonderful thing, and I was out of town and couldn't see, but they celebrated Down Syndrome Awareness just a few days ago. Miss Magoffin goes to the Miss Kentucky Orientation. More on a few of our Rogers Scholars recipients, the Rescue Squad auction. I don't have time and really don't even have the full list because they're still working on it as of right now. It's going to be an important paper, always is, and entertaining at that. Hope you pick one up tomorrow. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.